Hey everyone, as you know, generally speaking, I don't do videos following games because the emotion that you get kind of clouds your judgment. And I guess this is probably one of these videos that's really clouding my judgment or making me feel a certain way or whatever. But I think it's over. I cannot see how this changes. I cannot see how we get any better. I cannot see how Ange can pull this out of the bag and do something different. That performance against Everton was absolutely awful. A terrible performance. The defending is nonsensical. It's just tame and lazy. Dragushin like backing off. Get in there, man. Get in there. Make a tackle. Get in the way. Make a challenge. I'm like, honestly, I you know, Maddison, like the invisible man. Like, where are you in this game? You're our most creative player, and you've created the next to nothing. And I'm just lost. Sonny again, just nothing from him. Lazy, slow, lethargic. The play is just tepid. The passing around at the back, you know, Archie Gray seems to be a good player, good lad and all the rest of it. But the constant laying back to the keeper, putting the keeper under pressure, it just frustrates the hell out of me, because you are just inviting pressure and that all the time. I've got to be honest with you. I think the only player who can kind of, well, there's only two players in that who can hold their head out. I think Spence put in a real shift, a lot of effort, really worked hard, constant threat, constant effort in the left back position, which isn't his position, and Kinski for some of the saves that he's had to pull off today. But he's able to pull them off because he's just under pressure, constantly under pressure. And we're just inviting it all the time. The midfield was non-existent. There was just nothing in there. Sarr was really poor. Maddison was really poor. Kulusevski was poor. Bar a genius goal, absolute genius goal. Got to give him that. But apart from that, he was absolutely ridiculously poor today. Like, do you not realise how you are flirting with relegation fodder? It's lucky for us that there are some shit teams in this league, because we still can get really pulled into this. And I never thought I'd say that, but I feel like we can get pulled into this. And I just don't know what the answer is. Do we sack Ange? Okay, emotionally at this moment in time, I'm saying, yeah, you're gonna have to, because what we need now is some kind of bounce, managerial bounce. Do I believe it's going to make a difference? Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever, because unless they've got a manager already lined up who has his players on our radar that are going to play his way, then essentially you're asking him to do exactly the same with what you've already got. And we know we need more. We need more players. We need more quality players. It's absolutely desperate. And I don't want to see a manager lose his job. I'm fed up with the rinse and repeat that we go through every season or every 18 months. But these owners are just killing this club. They're building a business and killing this club. It's just so frustrating to watch. And this is why I don't do videos after the game, because I'm just so emotionally drained, frustrated and annoyed and upset and everything else. And I want to be level-headed and mindful of people, and think about the reality of it. But that was appalling. And I know Everton have got a managerial bounce, but they were playing like prime Barcelona, passing the ball around like they didn't have a care in the world. I told Everton Across the Park podcast, put £1 on Calvert-Lewin scoring. And what's he do? Scores a goal. First goal for 17 games. Tippy-toeing through the defence. He had, I think he said something like, 11 touches in the opposition's box. 9 of them were for his first goal because he's tapping around, walking around the goal area. It's just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. The only bright thing you can say, Mikey Moore come on, brilliant assist. Richarlison gets a goal. Great to see, yeah. But apart from his goal, Richarlison didn't really get anything because no one's playing any balls into the box. There's no crosses. There's no interchange. There's nothing for him to feed off of. If you don't feed him, he's not going to score anything. It's just pointless. This constant tippy-tappy round the midfield, back to the goalkeeper, back tippy-toey, back to the goalkeeper. It's just going nowhere. And I just can't see where we go from here. And to a certain extent, I read something the other day about, do we like Ange as the manager or do we just like him as a person? And it did make me think to myself, am I backing him because I like him as a person? I think he's a great guy. I think he's a really good guy. The way he empathises, the way he talks like a fan and all the rest of it. But it's just, and sometimes, you know what? Sometimes when your luck is that bad, it just stays that bad and it just doesn't get any better. And it doesn't matter what you do, what you try, how you paint it. If you're down, you're down. We see it so often. When your luck is bad, it just continues to be bad. We can't. Our passing is sloppy. We can't. It doesn't stick to anyone. Every time we never get a decision go our way. It's just killing my soul. It's killing my soul, and I don't know what's left to say. I really don't know what's left to say. Of course, I'm always going to support Tottenham. Of course, I'm always going to go to their games. Of course, I'm always going to support them and give them the best I can. But some of these players, mate, they just don't feel like, it doesn't feel like they're playing for the shirt. It feels like they're just going through the motions. Now, is that because they don't believe in what Ange is doing? Is it? Because if it is, then the only option there is to change what he's doing, change the manager, move something different. But should these prima donna players just always get what they want? I tell you what, if Ange isn't going, then these players need to come back quick from injury to give us some depth on that. But the only players we could bring on were Mikey Moore, a 17-year-old kid, and a man made of Weetabix. That was all we had on the bench today. That's all we had. And this is from years and years of mismanagement, poor recruitment, lack of investment from the owners. They've got to take a look at themselves. If they want to go down into the Championship and lose the value of this club, they're going the right way about it. And they need to look at themselves in the mirror and decide what they're going to do, because this just isn't good enough. Up the Spurs.